Things are very difficult right now and they are very challenging. And if you are sitting there as a small business owner feeling a little bit defeated, honestly, me too. There is so much uncertainty in the air. There is so much information being tossed around and it's hard to decipher what's true and what's not. And I had a completely different plan for this week's video, but this just seemed like the right way to go. I want to take a moment to reflect on this past year and everything that has happened since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, because a lot has happened and it has simultaneously felt like the longest year of my life while also flying by, and that is just crazy to me. I know a lot of you are feeling the exact same way. You're feeling like you've had to jump over hurdle after hurdle after hurdle. You get to a point where you feel like you're finally good, and then all of a sudden something gets ripped out from under you. It's exhausting. It's trying, it's challenging, it's doing a really good job of making you feel like you aren't alone, even though everybody in this world is experiencing the same things that you are. So I wanted to create this video to kind of let you know that you're not alone and just give you an opportunity to reflect on everything that you've done in the past year. But then I also want to give you some options, because this past weekend, another announcement was made about some further restrictions being implemented, and it doesn't leave a lot of options open for small business owners. But with the power of social media, the power of digital marketing, there are still options for you, and I want to make sure that you know what those options are before you feel like you have to make any drastic decisions. So without further ado, let's dive in. Hi everyone, my name is Kirsten and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I talk about all things social media, branding, and email marketing for small business owners. If you are not new here, thank you for coming back and checking out another video. It means the world to me. I'm just realizing that I say that every single time and it sounds so rehearsed now, but it honestly does. It means a lot to me. Creating these videos sometimes is super challenging, but I'm always committed to making them for you. Today's video is a little bit different. I want to make it feel like we are sitting down for coffee, like the good old days where you could go to a coffee shop and, just have a conversation with a friend or someone who is a small business owner that you can kind of relate to. I want us to just take a moment to think back to how things were a year ago and reflect on them, because it has felt like the longest year, but it has also felt like the shortest year, and so much has happened that when you're so bogged down by what's going to happen next or what the future holds, it's difficult to look back at all of the really amazing things that you've accomplished. First, I want you to remind yourself that you have been through one of the hardest situations that you will likely ever face when it comes to running your small business, and in your personal life too. This is one of the hardest things we've had to go through in a really long time. And sometimes when you think that you're getting out of it or you've been through the thick of it, something happens, more restrictions are put on, and you feel like you're back at square one, but you're not. And that is something that you need to remind yourself, because you have been through so much. You have accomplished so much. You have had to pivot. You have had to change your mindset. You have had to really focus on doing what's best for your business to kind of help yourself stay afloat. And that is some freaking hard shit. It is hard. And being a business owner, it was already hard, but in this past year, it has been even harder. So take a moment right now to maybe list a few things that you accomplished this past year, big or small, and give yourself a pat on the back. I admire you. I admire your strength. I admire your resilience. If you are watching this video, it means you haven't given up. You know that there are still things that you can be doing to elevate your online presence. There are still things you can be doing to, fight the good fight, There are still options for you. Do a little bit of a reflection, give yourself a pat on the back, and always remind yourself that you're not alone, because there are a ton of other small business owners out there who are feeling the exact same way you are. I am feeling that way, even though I don't have a brick and mortar shop, even though I don't technically sell products, I still feel a little bit defeated. And I feel for you in that regard. You have accomplished so much, and It doesn't matter if you took 1 step forward or 2 steps forward or leaps and bounds forward, you are doing amazing. You are doing the best that you can, and that is something to be proud of. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way and we have that very good reminder, I want to walk you through some things that you should be doing right now, if you haven't done so already, to make sure that you are able to kind of combat anything that comes your way in the future. It definitely feels like we have been thrown 1,000,001 curveballs and we've had to pivot left and right, but there are a few things that you should be doing now, if you haven't done so already, to make sure that you are ready for whatever gets thrown your way. The very first thing is, if you have a store or you sell products, get an online shop up and running. Whether or not you are doing your own delivery or you are working with a carrier that is going to deliver your goods for you, it's so important that you have a way for your audience and your customers to purchase from you, even if they can't come to your physical store. So get a website up and running where you can sell your products and services, and make sure that is the kind of central hub of your business. In the event that you have to shut down your storefront, that doesn't mean that it is the end for your business. And I think that's a really great thing about, this generation and this era that we're in. You can literally have a store that isn't a physical store. It can be all online. So making sure that you have a website that is going to work for you and is going to be user-friendly for your customers. It's going to be very easy for them to purchase from you. And then you have that delivery feature set up, you're going to be golden. The second thing is, if you are not going to be doing an online store, I highly recommend you use some of the social media features that are out there. So for example, Instagram has the shop feature, which you can use. It's integrated with Facebook, and you can sell your products and services directly on there. You will still need to find a way to get your products delivered. So if you are someone who only offers products locally, make sure that you are able to either deliver them yourself or hire someone who can deliver those products and services for you. If you are looking to deliver nationally, obviously you're going to want to partner with a company like FedEx or UPS to get those products to your customers. But Instagram and Facebook are offering these really great tools for you to be able to sell online. Another option that I seen done recently and I thought was super cool was, I watched an Instagram live sale. So my friend Autumn, we've been friends for quite some time. She has a business called Autumn Willow Witch, and she sells crystals, jewelry, little trinkets and things like that. And she did an Instagram live sale where each item in her quote unquote shop was tagged with a code, so C36 for example. And on the Instagram live sale, people could comment that code and she would then sell it to them. She would send an invoice after and then get it all set up for delivery. I ended up getting my crystals within a couple days. So it was really great. She did have someone facilitate for her. So she was running the sale and her partner was actually keeping track of who was purchasing. It's a really great way for you to get your products in front of your customers and then get them to buy. Obviously, there's going to be some administrative work like invoicing and getting the shipping done, but it's another great way that you can sell your products and services online. The other options are to post your products and services for sale and have people DM you to purchase them. It works in the same way like an Instagram Live, but it's just done through your page. This will be a great way for people to turn on post notifications and get notified anytime that you are making a post. I see this most often with a lot of antique accounts or vintage accounts that are selling repurposed goods. I have post notifications on for so many of them, and whenever they make a post, I'm always sure to go and look at it to see if I want to purchase what they're selling. These are just a few of the ways that you can be selling online. New apps are popping up left and right. So utilize your social media as a way to reach your target audience when they cannot come see you physically in store. Then make sure you are putting together your processes in place so that you can get your products and services delivered to your customers in an efficient and effective way. This might sound like a lot of work, But I promise if you put the work in now, you're going to feel so much better about it later on. If you have questions about ways that you can kind of sell online without feeling gross about it or without feeling like you're actually selling, let me know and we can work on something to make sure that you feel good about the practices you are implementing on social media, because I know that sometimes it can feel icky and it can feel like you're trying to sell to family and friends who are only there to see what's going on with your life. I've been there. And it does feel awkward sometimes, but right now we're all just trying to do the best that we can with the things that we have and trying to keep ourselves afloat. So if you are in an area like Ontario where there's been talks about not even offering curbside pickup anymore, then make sure you have some other options for your audience. Make sure that there are ways that they can get in touch with you and can purchase from you. So that is all I really have for you today. There are so many case-by-case bases where I can support you with social media, but I won't know unless you reach out or ask questions in the comments section. If you have a question about your specific business, feel free to reach out and I will gladly help you. I just want to make sure that you know that there are options for you and that even when it feels like the world is against you, I'm not, your fellow business owners aren't, and we just want to support you. So if you are watching this and you are not a small business owner, but you are looking to support small businesses, please do so now more than ever. If you are thinking of ordering takeout and getting it delivered to you, try to pick somewhere that's local. If you are shopping for Mother's Day or you are shopping for another specific holiday in your life, try not to go to Amazon and instead choose your local businesses, because believe it or not, you are keeping them afloat. You are keeping them alive and they rely on your business in order to survive. Thank you so much for watching today's video. It was a little bit of a different take than usual, but I wanted to make it seem like we were sitting down and having coffee together. I wanted it to be a little bit more casual, less edited, less perfect. I just wanted to talk to you one-on-one as a friend, as a fellow business owner, and give you some insight as to kind of what's been going on in my head and what I've been focused on for not only myself, but my clients as well. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be frustrated, but it's okay to feel like there is a light at the end of the tunnel, because there always is. So thank you for watching this week's YouTube video. I will see you on Instagram, and yeah, if you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them down in the comments section below. And if you liked this week's video and you want to see more, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so that you never miss a video. Until next week, I will see you next Tuesday.